yo, y'all was really coming for my head because I said I hate Bone Thugs-N-Harmony. And you know what? I'm doubling down on that this week. And here's where we go why I don't can't stand Bone Thugs-N-Harmony. All right? It's deeper than anything. And all y'all fans in the comments, Bone Thugs hate, don't play over here. Get out the comments, come see me. That's straight up. I ain't playing this with y'all on the internet. And it's like this. Everybody don't like everything. Everything's not for everybody. I respect their contribution to the game. All right. We're just going to put that out there. I respect the contribution to the game. They went diamond. That's 10 million records sold, 10 times platinum, people. I respect it. But can I put it out there, people? Can I put it out there? It's the crack is to buy the album. What the plotting about? Shout out to Styles P. Okay? He said that about 50 when they was going back and forth on the diss traffic
What?
records.
What'd you
It's
say?
the crack is to buy the album. All
We
right?
ain't doing that stuff. We ain't doing this, are we? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo,
I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no
I don't
problem.
have nothing.
I
So
just
I
shut my
don't have
mic,
so
my video
let me
camera off, man.
let
Y'all
me
about to
just
try
let
to
me
get
just
us
put
out
it
of
into perspective. Let me put it into perspective for y'all. The reason I am not a fan of Bone Thugs, it was my first introduction to seeing people from the other culture try to tell me what was super popping and what wasn't. This is my experience. You can make faces all you want, Steve.
Hey, wait.
This is my experience. Yo, Bone Thugs came out when I was in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of the people who was feeling Bone Thugs, from my memory, was the suburban wannabe hood kids, where I was at. This is my experience, people. This is my experience. I did not appreciate people who was listening to Madonna, and I don't even know who was popping back when we was 11 years old on that side of pop music at that point, because that's not what I was ever into. But they came over because they liked the way Bone Thugs flipped it and the way they was kind of singing on the tracks. I wasn't a fan. So this is something that I never liked. And just because you get in the comments talking about, oh, Bone Thugs hate this, that, or whatever, I felt this way back when I was a young cat. So it don't change just because I got a show and I'm on the internet. I said I respect what they do. Bone and Biggie is a song, if I never heard again in my life, I'd be happy.
Oh,
I
I'm
heard
in
it way
danger.
too
Ain't
much.
too
I
many.
don't care.
Ain't
I
no
don't care.
we know
I
anything
heard it
else. They label
way
us
too much.
notorious. Thuggish, things that one of us.
There's a
They change
bunch of
us.
songs
You
out
be
there.
scrambling, gambling. Come on, man.
In Biggie's verse, my
Yeah,
guy.
I understand, dog, but dog, it
Yeah,
don't matter. The
Tip
song,
verse.
the song, Justin.
Tip
It ain't got
Goes
nothing to do.
verse.
Yo, man, look, I
I'm
understand where you're
telling
coming
you
from.
my opinion,
All right,
and I'm
cool.
just gonna move on. That's it. I just had to address why I said what I said last week. I'm
Listen
not a
for doing
fan.
that. But I gotta speak yeah, we
I'm
all
not a
got
fan.
opinions. I
Go
understand.
on. I
And
understand, but
you
that's
know,
it.
you know, first of the month, a lot of. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've owned a Bone Thugs-N-Harmony album. I'm not. So I'm not going to
Couldn't
sit here and
stand
say
first of the month. I didn't relate to that.
I mess with the first of the month because, unfortunately, due to where I was at in my lifetime, that meant something. It did mean
I
something.
understand.
The vibes, saying, and all sort of stuff like that. It spoke to people. You might
I
not have been
got it.
able. You know what I'm saying? But it
I
still
couldn't
spoke to
relate,
people.
and that's it.
I completely understand, man, and I
That's
do.
all. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't relatable to me,
It
and
wasn't related.
I'll
And,
leave it
and
at
you know
that.
what?
It's not relatable to me.
I say the same thing about Eminem. Not
Thank you.
relatable to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
It's not
I know
relatable.
that Eminem is nice, but it's not
And I
relatable to me.
said I respect what they do. I said I don't like it. I have not been a fan. And you know what? And I'm even going to make it even crazier. One of my favorite songs that is heavy in my rotation is Freddie Gibbs from the Babyface Killer album. That's a Midwest cat from Gary. So don't sit here and say East Coast Legend is biased to East Coast only. I with Midwest music. Kush Cloud, which has Crazy Bone on it, is heavy in my rotation. So I can pick and choose what I like. And,
Touche.
at the end of the day, y'all in the comments. Because you watching me. And again, respect to Bone Thugs. I respect what you brought to the game. I respect what you've done. You are not my cup of tea. And that's it. So the threats about what you gonna do to me because I said something about people who wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire. Sit your corny ass in your mama's basement and keep jerking off. People was talking crazy in the comments, my guy.
You know what?
Crazy.
You know what? For the
Talking
comment
crazy.
thugs, I'm gonna keep it
It's
real.
there.
Unless it absolutely gets out of hand for me, I'm never going to speak to you. I mean,
Well,
you know, I ain't got nothing to
I
say.
had to address it because it is what it is. We getting some eyes on us and some viewership. I represent hip hop, bro. I don't have a stake in the game. I never signed a deal. I didn't sell my soul, people. These are my opinions based off of my life. If you don't like it, scroll the on. Money, what you feel about Bone?
You know what? I understand where you're coming from, and as far as I think the
And
negative,
Mo is there. He's seen this in Ponus Ridge Middle School. He know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why he turned his camera off. He's seen it. He know what I'm talking about.
Hey, listen. It's a West Coast thing. I truly believe it's a area thing. I do.
Yeah, but they Midwest.
Yeah, but a lot of West Coast people. One of my cousins came from the West Coast, and they used to always play Bone and the West Coast people. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? So they always would take them. They would take them. And remember, they were with Eazy-E. So they
yes.
So
I went with Dre.
We talked about this. Yeah, I sleep with Dre.
I went with Dre.
See what I mean?
Dre Day is one of my favorite diss tracks of all time. So I wasn't rocking too much that came out of the Eazy-E camp. I was 11 years old, people.
Yeah.
I was 10, 11 years old, people.
Now I
formed an opinion and I stuck with it.
I agree. And you listen, I'm you know what? I think they were ahead of their time as far as flow. As far as their flow, again, I like the song where they want to break down with Mariah. That breakdown.
I like
song.
that one. Okay,
yeah,
I like that. I like that.
I like the Montel Jordan Falling. Baby. I like that one. Falling. Yeah, Falling with Montel was fire. Hey, listen,
I don't know
all the
one.
features. Crazy, yes, you do. If I play it, you'd be like, "Oh, I forgot all about it."
I'm just gonna put it out there. I was heavy on the remote when they came on TV as a young.
Yeah, it was 96, 97.
Yeah, I was heavy on the remote. I'm sorry.
No.
Crossroads.
That aggravated me. That kind of aggravated me.
I clicked.
It was overplayed,
man.
And they were like,
it was
overplayed.
That's my
and they were over there homies, and they had the 40 ounces of corn for the whole
peoples, man.
I couldn't relate.
I couldn't relate either.
I couldn't relate.
That was a little too old for me.
I'm happy.
What was the
I'm happy I couldn't relate.
I miss my uncle. What was the uncle's name?
My Uncle Charles.
Yeah, I miss my Uncle Charles.
So my cousin
Charles, I used to say my Uncle Charles lived in Virginia.
So my cousin had an Uncle Charles every year. He used to always say that.
Fortunately enough,
Uncle Charles and Mrs. Uncle Charles.
Honestly, Dan.
I remember that album because I remember at that time it was 95. It had to be 95, 96 because Immature was out.
Crazy about it.
Immature was out like heavy.
Yes.
Yeah, Immature was out heavy. Jodeci was out heavy too. Jodeci was out heavy. Now I got a question for you, Steve. Since we're on the things that we don't like, you know. What is the beef with you and Jodeci? Since we're on this music thing,
let's go.
No, I'm just wondering. Hey,
all right. So nobody ever believes me when I tell this story, but it's the truth.
I believe you.
This man don't like Jodeci, and we want to know. The people want to know.
I'm not a big fan, and it has nothing to do with their musical, how they nothing to do with that. It just wasn't my style as far as R&B. For the equally as such as it's not your style for Bone Thugs-N-Harmony, right? Like I can respect, some of the stuff that they come out with. One of the tracks that is like highly underrated, for me personally, that they've done was "Life" off the Life album.
That was Casey.
Oh, so you know what I'm saying? See, that's the difference. So you like Casey and JoJo more than Jodeci. Those are two different things.
Wasn't it just Casey and JoJo though? No offense to the other cat.
Jodeci.
Down the
Jodeci, yes. See, Jodeci sound were from Devontae. That was a whole different sound, the synths and everything. Now, Casey and JoJo was more commercially like done. Their sound is
Mhm.
nowhere near Jodeci. Maybe that's why you like it. Maybe that's why you.
So they're family members of a family member.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not my family. It's somebody else. It's my married and my cousin's married into family, right? So I heard stories about these cats. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like stories that So and I'm like, oh, these sound crazy, but you know, each his own, right? Like no, nobody. That's why I said nobody ever believes me when I tell this story. But I tell people that I have a large amount of family in the South. You know what I'm saying? And one of my aunt married one of their cousins. Now you already know everybody is cousins. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So they told the story about it and other stuff like that. We all have cousins that we don't see all the time. So
Yes.
whatever the case may be, they mentioned that they were family members, and we heard a little bit of inside stories on whatever it was. It could have been fabricated. For all I know, who the hell knows? It's my family's family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
My
it
peoples.
or people,
I heard that same thing about
you know,
Guy. I heard that same thing about Guy, Aaron Hall and them setting up. I heard the same thing too. So
yeah, and that's how it
it ain't
is.
it
So
ain't
I
that no
mean,
it ain't that far off.
cool. They Jodeci did their thing, but it equally as such as Justin can say that he didn't mess with Bone Thugs. I didn't mess with Jodeci. I respect them as a group, but it wasn't my flavor, man.
The difference though, Steve, I think you didn't even listen to the albums. Remember me and Kay were like, yo, maybe you should listen to the songs now to see if you actually liked it. But you just straight
You
denounced
know,
it like
I
they
feel
was
like
Satan,
here's the thing, right? Like, and
Satan of
maybe since I didn't hear the albums, I don't mind ballads. Yeah, we can get into the R&B bag. You know what I'm saying? And if
I was
anybody
just
wants to know
asking.
anything, just say it. If anybody want to know about R&B, you know what I'm saying? My money definitely does have a dope,
He got the Raw and
show.
B
You
podcast.
know what I
Shout out
mean?
to
Got the
Sean
Raw B,
Harris.
Yeah,
What does
Sean
he go
Harris,
by? Sean Rockus.
Sean
Yeah.
Sean
Ruckus, yeah,
Ruckus,
we're
Sean
gonna
Ruckus.
we're gonna put
But
y'all
yeah,
on there.
so
It's gonna be a good time.
if you want to talk some R&B, we can talk R&B.
I
'Cause I
need
love R&B
that
too.
invite, Sean
But
Rockus. Where's
but
the invite to the country wrestling spot, boy?
we would love to see you over here too in this space. You know what I'm saying? So come on over, Sean Ruckus or whatever you want to call yourself.
Yeah.
Please
Whatever
come on
you
over.
call
But anyway,
yourself.
I I'm not a ballad dude, and from what they did a lot of like ballads. They didn't really have too much, up tempo. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? I
no, they
like a little bit more up tempo.
agreed. Yeah, but they have some.
So
But
from
you didn't
that
like the Wu
perspective,
Tang. You didn't like the Wu Tang song, the remix. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't hear it.
Tonight,
You maybe
I
didn't hear the
need you. It
freaking
was
you.
fire.
Maybe you
yeah,
didn't hear
but
the freaking you remix. Maybe you need that.
but all right.
Pulling
Anyway,
like a hamstring. Ghostface killed that.
Ghostface killed
He
it.
did.
Wu
Ghostface
Tang
killed
killed that. Wu Tang killed everything. Wu Tang also was in
The
a
beat was hard
uh,
too.
Yeah, it
I don't know
was.
if y'all ever heard this joint. You definitely have. What's the name of Boys to Men? Wu Tang did like
Yes, I heard it.
a song with Boys to Men too that was tough.
They
It
had that
was.
song with
Who
SWV that was
Yeah,
crazy
yes,
too.
they did. It was out of
Yeah,
control.
they did.
It was out of
Yeah,
control.
that was that reminds me of
Method
fifth
Man.
grade.
Method Man. It
Yeah, that was
was.
the
fire.
summertime, dog.
Yeah, it was
That's
fifth grade.
that was
The S,
summertime.
the double W, the
Yes,
VD.
right before
Oh
I
man,
remember. Yeah, it was summertime. Right, about to go into middle school.
yeah.
Yeah, man, we had a great era of music.